Hi guys, Chrissy here, and I'm here to do a love reading for the sign of a timeless love reading. Let me say that. Timeless love reading for the sign of Libra. So if you're a Libra sun, moon, or rising, this is the reading for you. Now, please keep in mind that all readings can't possibly fit for every person. So please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for watching, guys. Please go ahead and click that subscribe button if you haven't already, so I can keep in touch with you guys and you guys can see my latest videos. I also have a group of other pick-up power readings and timeless readings on my page as well. So once you get done with this one, you can check those out if you want to hear more from me. I'm also available for one-on-ones, and that information is down below. If you want to donate to my channel, which I would gladly appreciate, that information is down below as well, okay? Now I want to call in the divine with love and light. I want to call in the 6 elements: air, earth, fire, water, spirit, and ether, to give us a clear and accurate love reading for the sign of Libra on today, okay? Please show us anything in love that they need to see, anything that they need to know, anything about potential partners or their current partners if they have one, from their spirit guides, from my spirit guides, to give them the information that they need to be put on their highest path as it pertains to their heart today, okay? So first card I got for you guys is the 8, success and growth. I feel like with the 8, this is the 8 of Wands in the traditional deck. It's all about things being expanded with that Jupiter energy over Mercury. I believe that there is this need, because it's Sag, yeah, Sag and Mercury, sorry. There's this need to look at the bigger picture. I want to just say what I think is that it's dream bigger. What does love look like from the vantage point of where you are? Because I kind of got a feeling, guys, that there's this old mindset, and you're not aware of it, of what you're putting out there, especially for your singles. For those of you who are in relationships, it's time for their relationship to grow a little bit and you guys to kind of move into the next step. And I think that there are going to be a lot of situations that get kind of magnified more than you expected. More than you expect them to. Sorry guys, I just kind of had a brain moment. Things are going to expand quicker than you expected them to expand. So than you expected for them to expand. So there's this need to also elevate your desires as well. So like if life is under a magnifying glass for you right now, basically, in terms of things changing, so things are going to be made into bigger deals than what they need to be at this time. Maybe you could be experiencing that with people, because it's the universe's way of trying to get any of the last little pieces of that out so you can move on to a more go to somewhere that's definitely bigger than where you are now in terms of life, and especially in terms of love, because you're growing up. And I kind of feel like you're gonna want relationships that are more reflective of where you're going than where you've been, but you've only been able to manifest from a place that you've been and not where you haven't. So that's kind of where this thing comes in. How do I ask for something bigger than what I've had if this is all I've had before? Okay. And there's this thing where it becomes kind of magical, where you can kind of create what it is that you're you can kind of create the whatever reality you want to create out of that when you go into that imaginative space. Like when you go into that space to where you're wishful and you're hopeful and things like that, it can be literally whatever you want it to be. So there is some point in life where you've kind of said, I feel like honestly, where you settle for a good enough. And I think that even what your good enough is still, yeah, this is like daydreams and decisions. It's time to think for a bigger dream. It's a 7 of Cups. Yeah, you have to think of something bigger than what you've seen before. If you've seen it before, if it's in your vicinity like that, then maybe it's not big enough for you. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not trying to say that to just think that, not be grateful of anything that you've ever had. But if you're dreaming of a love that you've never seen before, then just know that it's going to be in a totally different place than the things that you have seen before. So you have to manifest a little bit differently to bring that in. And also you have to keep on constantly manifesting. Is not going and writing it down one time and saying it once and putting out to the universe once, because what you want today, tomorrow you may learn something that you don't like. You're like, noted, don't want to deal with that. So it's the need to update the way that that image looks in your mind. There's not this one time to go and say, this is how I want it, then set it and forget it like a crock pot. You know, no. Don't do that in love. Tend to that daily. Check in with yourself daily to see what it is that you want. Check in with your heart frequently so that you can decide on what choice to make it, so you don't be left in like this confusion, because when things are expanding and growing fast, it can put that kind of illusory thing, because what was one way yesterday won't be the same tomorrow. So it can put you kind of like in this illusion to where you haven't really had time to emotionally catch up with where it is that you're with all of the like the growth in your life, to where you haven't assessed what things what how your wants need to kind of change a little bit, you know. So that's what I have here. And for those of you who are in relationships, this is where it's time to assess, where are we going? Where's this relationship going? Okay. You know, we've been doing good. Maybe the relationship is not bad. For those of you I'm talking about relationships, I don't believe the relationship is going bad. I just think that somebody doesn't know how this is growing. Where are we growing? And it's time to have that conversation so you guys can, you know, like a business, like you have to have a quarterly check-in. Every 3 months, you and your bae, you, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife, y'all need to talk about what the plans for the next 3 months are. And actually, when you get really good, you'll be doing the 6 months, and then you can kind of map out a life, you know, like that kind of way. But it's constantly checking in so that you can decide on what the next course of action should be, instead of kind of like staying stuck in this position to where you don't really know how to move, because we're fixated on these kind of like old ideas of success when they upgrade. You know, like it's always weird to me to look at houses. Like if somebody buys a nice house back in 2004 maybe, or 2000, it looks completely different than what we think that a new look. Seven of Cups again as a thing in our things that are going to hold us back, but we'll get to it. The houses that were badass like in the 90s are not, they're still probably nice, but they're not like what people would think of as a house in 2020 like that. You know, they've been upgraded, they've been updated, and this is where you kind of have to have to get with the times, you know, of yourself though, not with everybody else. Get with the times of you. Like, what do you really want? Have you thought about it? Look, King of Wands. What? That's the thing that's crowning you right here, or the thing that is working in your favor, is that you are definitely wanting to stand in that, and you know that you're somewhere different. You know that you've moved. You know that you've worked very hard to get where you are. You know, so that's not the problem. It's nothing to do with you. It's all about how you want. You haven't challenged love in that way in a long time to be very decisive in it. And I know sometimes you guys, it can be it can be hard for you guys to be decisive about something. So sometimes maybe it is kind of tough, because with Venus, you know, ruling your sign like that, like she rules mine, it's just like, I just want love. I just want to feel good. I want it to feel good. And look, you know, I'm not going to even, this right here is the 8 of Wands. So you got, look, let me show you what you have right here. This and this are the same. This and this are the same. That's like, I can't even make that up. So that expansion of those things, you are getting ready to grow even further if you can learn how to channel their energy into every aspect of your life. So you've done yourself now. Like the renovation is done, okay? You know when to hop into being a certain way with the person, and you know when to kind of step back and let yourself shine and let yourself be seen. You kind of are already kind of in tune with that. It's time to look at it as it pertains to romance. And that doesn't mean that you have to step out tomorrow and go and find you someone else or go and find someone and go and date and things like that. But you do kind of have to make a decision on where you're kind of going with that. What looks good next to this? What type of relationship looks good next to this? I don't want to say what type of person. What type of relationship do you want? Okay. What are the qualities that you want of the people in your life going forward? Okay. And like I said, with this with relationships, is where do you see this relationship going? What can we agree on the direction, you know? What direction can we agree on so that we can move in the same way? Because two heads, when you guys are working in the same direction, all of this confusion, it turns into the energy put towards expansion, success, and growth when you do it together, okay? I feel like, what did I do on the left? Okay, I know what I did. Let's see. Let's clarify the Seven of Cups. And with that being the Seven of Cups, it's Scorpio and Venus. This is going very, very deep down, taking a deep dive and touching like some, I'm talking about going to the depths like of what it is that you want. You really have to touch it. Like you really have to get in there and really, really get like really, really face it, you know? Because I think sometimes what may be wrong is that you feel like you're asking for too much. You can't break the scale. You know, look, King of Wands again. This is kind of funny. I'm just pulling out all the same cards. That's just, I mean, I don't even know what to tell you. This is just about being passionate and moving in a direction. For some of you, this could be very, very, very strong Sag energy. I'm not one to just sit up and say every card is everything, but Sag, 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 Sag. Or Leo, strong fire presence. Definitely someone, if you're single, that kind of is all about that forward motion. All right. And they're a person that, yeah, it's someone that wants to see you, that will want to see your dreams kind of manifest. They want to see you grow, you know? Let me clarify the King of Wands here. And just about this here, it's deciding to, this is deciding to step into your power. The decision is made right there to kind of start to move in the direction of things that are a little bit smoother than based on where you were. If you were to make a decision based on this, it's not going to be the same decision that you can make based on where these waters are a little bit smoother. Okay, so this is to say, don't be fixated on your ideals of love that you created out of a place from trauma. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, don't let that be the thing that kind of governs what it is that you want now, because it's a little bit scarier to take this chance with the universe that it might give you back what you want, you know? So don't cave in to getting something that's not what you want, because you kept yourself limited to that. You see this limitation with the 8? Because it can definitely be growth. It's a decision. Either you kind of stay in it and that's what you get out, or you use that, you know, the power that you have to be able to manifest things in your favor, and then you kind of release yourself from that, because this is self-imposed. You don't have any limitations on what you can ask for in love right now. You really don't. It's just spending that time with that thing and not just look what popped out. The Magician. Totally. You can manifest whatever it is that you want to create at this time. Because you're done with that. You got done with a major cycle in your life. Things are shifting around and changing for you. It's time for you to come through the other side. One where you can kind of ask for a little bit more. Where you haven't been able to do it before, for sure. With the World. Okay? Look, bottom of the deck. 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups. That confusion. I'm going to be very honest with y'all. This is the first reading that I've ever had out of the almost 2 years that I've been doing this, that I have gotten like 1, 2, 3 of the same card, 2 of the same card, 2 of the same card. It's like really like, that's never happened to me before. So it must be really something here about you kind of really, really, your spirit guides wanted you to really get the message that you can kind of ask for a lot more. Okay? In love. Let's see what this other person is going to be like. We already know, for you guys that are single, or what your partner is going to be like around the time that you are getting this. All right, for those, it's the 16th. It's the Tower card. You could be dealing with like an Aries or a Scorpio, for sure. I said Scorpio. Yeah, you got 3 cups. This could be a Scorpio that you're dealing with, but or it can be Aries here with the fire, with the King of Wands. It could be that. So we got all the fire signs on the board. We got Gemini here. We got Earth signs here. Shit, damn near everything. I hate when people do that, but I always end up doing it. It's so funny to me. Yeah, this is a person that doesn't mind. That kind of doesn't mind rebuilding. This is a person that's kind of had like an overhaul over their life. So they are definitely in this space of great change. They're open, very open to things being to taking charge over their life and to making things happen, which is what I was kind of saying with the success and growth here. Is a person that's kind of go after what it is that they want. So you got that on your side, but let me see how this person views you if you're dealing with anyone. If this is a relationship, this is where your partner is a little bit more open to change. If you talk about it, because things are, they feel like it's time for things to grow too. All right. You guys are just evolving spiritually with all the sevens here. Even that 1 and that 6 is a 7. This is like spiritual growth. You know, you guys are kind of just really, really growing up. You guys may have went through something really, really hard, but see, like this new vitality here, it's the Ace of Wands. You guys are taking a different direction. I don't know if you're in a relationship and maybe something happened between you guys and now you guys are kind of doing something different, but it brought to the light that you guys need to reevaluate what it is that you want. And that's okay to express it. Let it out. Okay? Yeah. They're looking at you like you have a new attitude. They're like, somebody's admiring the way that you are really, that life is, how you're handling life. Somebody's admiring that. I love it. Because somebody sees like, dang, this person went from here to now they're like, it's new. Like they reinvented themselves. That's kind of what I feel like somebody is looking at, you know? Yeah, they see you as like somebody sees where you've been working on yourself to heal yourself. You're starting to shine out. That growth is starting to show. You see, like how this person is here, you got these leaves growing around it. It shows to other people. I know you don't think that because you're in it, so you can't really see it, so you don't think of it that way, but it's there nonetheless, you know? All right. Anything else that the person sees Libra as? Yeah. For those of you in a relationship, like I said, here's another 7. All about that spiritual growth. Remember the crown chakra. That's what that's all about. You guys are the people in relationships are in a different place. The people who are single, that person sees you as highly spiritual, highly connected to your heart. All right. Yeah, this person here, I'm going to just say, for you singles, this is someone who is intuitive. They don't really speak up. They don't vocalize themselves all the time. That doesn't mean they don't speak up. It's almost like they keep their things to themselves, okay? So you can't really read them that much, and that's just kind of how they are. I see with the Magician here is someone who's very, very good at keeping people out of they keep a mystery to them with the Scorpio, with this right here, with the 7 of daydreams and decisions, and that 7 of Cups. They keep this mystery to themselves to keep people from fully understanding them in a certain kind of way, but there's like a method to their madness. So it's not like they're doing it to be like a cheater or something like that. It's just that's just kind of how they are. And I kind of feel like with this person is seeing you, that they believe that they want the other parts of themselves that aren't yet present, like that they want to be able to express themselves the way that you are easily able to do that, and they're trying to, that's what they want. They admire, they really, really admire that about you. I feel like they're seeing it from a distance though. Like they're watching you from a distance. It's not someone who's made their way into your experience yet. It's not time for them to do that yet. They're still kind of working on leaving some things behind, okay? Maybe they could have a person where they have a child, or where they're kind of working on things for family, working out something with their family, or relocating to where it is that you are. With the King of Wands being right here, this could be someone that travels or moves into your town or something like that, or comes in like that. But they're still out here kind of like trying to, they're still working on manifesting. Look, and they got like strengthening buns right here. Yeah, they're still working on manifesting their their vision as well. So it may not be time for them to appear in your experience yet, because they're kind of working on themselves still. That's what I was saying with this rebuild. You have the rebuild here. I know I'm just like mushing through cards. I'm so sorry, guys. I know you guys probably hate the mess, but yeah, they're rebuilding. So they're getting over something that they're trying to make the most out of it and trying to change how things are, the outcome of things. So yeah, they may not be just exactly ready yet. But that's enough about them, because I'm not really a about them kind of person. I'm really kind of an about you kind of person, but I think that was kind of good to give you guys a little insight about what that person is kind of, you know, where they're kind of at. That way you guys can kind of have an idea of what you're dealing with. But more so, what's more important here is that you guys start to envision bigger for yourself than what it is, because you've done a lot of self-work. And this is where it comes back, when the universe comes back to make sure things are balanced, like it definitely would, and you definitely knew it would, because you're a freaking Libra and you know all about the balance of the world. Okay, so this is saying we need to expect more. If you're in those relationships, express that to the person. But when you're having these conversations, make sure that everybody's in a peaceful state so that things don't get lost in the wayside, because emotions can kind of make us feel that way. This is where if it's better for you to write than to talk, go ahead and message it, email it. But this is definitely something to do with communication. Don't let communication be lost in translation. So whatever the best way is for you to communicate with the person, where you are in your life and where you're going, make sure that you do it better. If it's better to text them and email them, email them. If it's better to call them, call them. If it's better to see them in person, see them in person. But this is where you need to start to feel out what kind of like the best way is for you guys to communicate with each other, so that you can get the most positive result out of that, so you can have success in whatever that relationship is. Okay, so for you, that's for those of you who are in relationships. Okay, and look, I got one last card. This is the Chariot card, the Move card. I can't remember if I had the Chariot in this reading or the last. Okay, it was in the last reading, but this is still that person. What I'm saying about that person, this person is probably coming out of another relationship. I see them kind of letting a relationship go, but still having some ties to it. So it's not like exactly done, but out of it, they come back full center. So don't look at it like a situation like, oh, my person's with someone. No, it's probably like, you know, everybody's doing different things at different times. They're beating out different levels and different obstacles that they have in their lives as well. So don't get me to think that because you're at that place it's supposed to be ready. Actually, there's some more work for you to do as far as your manifesting goes for that that person. I don't know why the numbers 33 stand out to me, but no, I actually do. Okay, yeah, because that's what I'm seeing. 87 is making me think of 33, because we were born in 87. It's 33. You could be dealing with a 33-year-old or someone turning 33 soon, maybe someone in their 30s. So they could be a little bit further along in life, to where when they tell you I'm done with someone, I'm moving on, that they actually mean it. So don't look at those relationships like they are, look, it's got moving on, confront, seeking the truth, open up, reach out, heal, speaking about it. Yeah, this is like a person that they're a little bit more mature in their life, to where where if a person that was like in their 20s told you, I'm not dealing with this person and I'm mad at them, that they could possibly go back. I think this person right here is actually, someone who really kind of means what they say. They talk business and they mean business. And I told you earlier, they don't really speak that much, but when they do speak, their words hold a lot of weight. Okay. Yeah. So I see even like release. This is a death card. Something is kind of changing for them in their experience. They're learning how to be a little bit more in control of their happiness by choosing to leave away from situations that don't serve them. So you definitely want them to learn that lesson. You don't want to manifest them in at this time. And also know that if there are still lessons for your divine partner to learn, that there are still things for you to learn too. Maybe not some of the harder lessons, like, you know, like doing the shadow work. All lessons in this spiritual work aren't the ones that are like, you know, blood, sweat, and tears. Some of them are easier. Like some of them are like, okay, ask for more money, ask for more out of relationships, ask for more out of friendships. You know, that's a test. That doesn't even sound like one to you because of all the tests that you've been through before. That probably sounds like it's super easy to do, but it's just as tough. I promise it is, because you have to imagine something that you've never seen before, and you have to commit and make the effort to go ahead and do it and to nurture whatever it is that comes, and to be in that creative space of the Empress with the 3 here, that where you create out of this warmth or this energy that you have within yourself. So you have to get the fire started, and you have to spread the fire. That's not always super easy, especially for an air sign, because that air comes through and shooms, knocks out the flame. All those thoughts come in and knock out the flame before you can kind of let it get big enough to kind of have this fire. And I think that this is something that this person kind of teaches you about, especially if they're like a fire sign, because I see this person handling this fire here, you know, handling that fire. Totally. So it's like, yeah, just expect more for yourself, okay? That's all I got to say, you know? Expect a little bit more. You deserve it. You totally deserve it. Let's see here. I want to pull one more card. This reading has kind of been, it's not been all over the place, but I'm trying to make sure that I don't give Libra like the best reading. I use like a bunch of different decks for for Libra, and then everybody else is like, you didn't use that many decks for me, because I don't know, sometimes I'm not really like how everyone else is, to where they can keep the same one. Sometimes I feel called to do different things, and I guess some readers do that as well, but sometimes I worry about how uniform uniform it is, and I don't want it to be that thing. You got the storm warning in reverse. This is a 10. That is you are done with the hard part. And that's what I've been saying for a lot of people. Let me see here. I want to find that card so I can read it to you. But the hard part is over. Unless you choose to still, you know, if you have things that you still want to learn in that place, then the universe is not going to tell you, no, you can't go back and learn those lessons again if those are the lessons that you choose to learn. But you do have a choice. And also with that choice, you get the choice about how you want things to further and grow. What things in your life do you want to grow? Where do you want to put that energy at, you know? When this comes in reverse, it said, this card indicates that the dark times are behind you, or at least beginning to fall away. You can take heart that sunny skies and better times are on the horizon. This new light may bring a time of reassessment and redirection for you. What did I say? Deciding again what it is that you want. Let yourself consider where you want to go next. Also spend some time reflecting on a difficulty that has passed. What was the lesson for you? Whether it's about self-love or empowerment, remember to bring these intentions into your bright new path. So you see what I'm saying? You have to kind of manifest from the place that you're at now, manifest a partner from the place that you're at now. Because I think that you'll say, okay, I'm done. I'm here. I'm ready for love. I'm this, I'm that. Yes, all of that is true. You beat out that stuff to where you can have that in your experience if you want that. That's not the question of can you do it. The question is of how big do you want that to be? It's not can you do it, it's how, you know, it's not, well, what is it? It's not the quantity, it's the quality. That's what I'm trying to say. Not the quantity, it's the quality. How good do you want that to feel? Okay? Just know that as much as you work on yourself, that there's equally somebody working on, there's a bipolarity of an energy working that way. And, you know, at the same time, so when you're working on things, when you have these things that you're going through, that you're working on, trust and believe that the other person is doing the same thing for themselves, the right person for you, or the people that are for you. And just for as much as you've put into yourself, you can ask for out of another person. Not just enough, like just enough to get me by, to make me a little happy. You want to be real big happy or small happy, you know? You want to have a great day or a good day. You want to have a great relationship or a good relationship. It's time to start to make those decisions on how you want things to move forward, okay? So that is what I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Please take a moment to click subscribe if you haven't already, and to definitely let me know if this reading resonates with you. I'm available for the one-on-ones, and the information is available down below, as well as how to donate to my channel. There are other timeless readings on my page, as well as pick-a-pile readings that you guys can check out if you want to hear more of my work. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll talk to you guys later.